And now I get to introduce someone who needs absolutely no introduction. Everyone, please join me in welcoming Ellie to the stage.
My dear friends, my family, it's a great honor to be here tonight. It's very hard to follow you, Cheryl. I could listen for another 3 hours to you speak. You speak not only from your mind, from your seichel, you speak from your heart, and you mix them too, and everything comes out so beautiful. And I have to follow you after, it's hard, so please forgive me. I want to say that this last 2 years was the most challenging years of my life. And if you remember when I was laying there in the hospital, right before I was put in a coma, I was induced into coma. I send out a video for every single one of you. I was worried about United Hatzalah. I wasn't worried about my family as much as the organization. I knew my family is going to be okay. If I don't survive, I knew my family will make it through. But I was worried about United Hatzalah. I knew I have incredible partners. I have Mark Orson, and I have incredible board members. A lot of you are here tonight. But we're not there yet. I still need a couple more years. And I was praying, God, give me a couple more years to just make sure United Hatzalah is sustained and nothing happens to it if I die. And I was begging all of you to do good deeds in my honor, like do good kindness to other people. And I will never forget when I woke up in the hospital almost a month after I was put in a coma. The phone call I got from Eli Polak, who's here tonight, CEO of United Hatzalah in Israel. And he told me, Ellie, you know what we did for you. We helped every human being that needed help. Not only emergency calls, heart attacks, strokes, car accidents, COVID situations. People were calling for basic needs, and United Hatzalah was there for them. And he mentioned a lady, a 90-year-old lady, who called United Hatzalah 5 minutes before Passover. And she was begging and crying, please send someone to help save my life. And they asked her, what happened? She says, I don't have candles to light for Passover. And right away they said, what is your address? We're going to send someone with candles. And a volunteer by the name of Ibrahim Ayuti, an Arab Muslim volunteer from Jaffa, jumped on an ambucycle and went to a little supermarket and bought a box of candles and a bouquet of flowers. And he put them in the back of his ambucycle box. And he drove over to Bat Yam, the city nearby Jaffa. And he went to the top floor of a building, and he saw this old lady. When she opened the door, she had a number on her hand. That's the first thing he saw. And she was shivering. She was all alone. She was sitting there for weeks alone. No one was there to help her. And all she cared about, lighting candles for Pesach, for Passover. And Ibrahim hands her over the candles, and he's crying. And he says to her, are you okay? Could I stay with you? And he stayed with her 2.5 hours. Spend the Seder with her. He sang that Gala with her. First time in his life. Probably the last time of his life too. And he was with her, and he spent time, and he was talking to her. And then he said to her, why did you say to me that I saved your life? And I saw you lit candles, 15 candles. Why did you like so many candles? And she said to him, Ibrahim, I grew up in Poland, and I was lighting every single week with my mother and sisters. We would light the candles. And my father would go to synagogue with my brothers. And every single week, we never missed a week till the Nazis came, till Hitler came and took my family apart. Took my father and brothers and sent them to a concentration camp. I never saw them again. Took my mother and sisters. I never saw them again. My uncles and aunts, I was left alone. I went to a working camp. I never missed a week in working camp lighting something. I was looking for a piece of paper or a piece of wood every week to light for Shabbat or for Chag. And I never missed 1 week. When I was liberated and we went to Palestine, which is Israel now, I decided to light candles for every member of my family who perished in the Holocaust, who were murdered by the Nazis. And I lit candles every single week for 15 of my family members. And until this week, when I realized I don't have enough candles, and I said, if I have to light a piece of paper or a piece of wood again to fill up the 15 candles I need, this is my last day of my life. I'm not going to survive this. And Eli Polak told me this story. He said that this lady said to Ibrahim, when I felt a few months ago, I didn't feel well, I had chest pains, I called United Hatzalah and you were here in 2 minutes and helped save my life. And I said to myself, if I'm not going to survive this, if I'm going to die from the pain not lighting candles, I need to call United Hatzalah. And here you go again. You came and you saved my life. When I heard that story, I said to myself, I am coming back to Israel. I was so depressed. I was wearing a diaper. I couldn't even get up out of bed. I didn't want to even live anymore. But when I heard that story, I said, I'm coming back. And when I landed in Israel, 1,000 volunteers were waiting in the airport with the motorcycles and ambulances. And I said, thank God that we have incredible volunteers who continue the mission, even so maybe I wouldn't have survived this. And thank God I have incredible partners like Mark and other members of our board and supporters who care so much and continue supporting. And thank God I have Ibrahim. So I asked to call Ibrahim if he's here. And when they called him, he didn't know why I'm calling him. And I said, Ibrahim, you saved my life. And that was, I really did feel that Ibrahim saved my life with that story. And I must share this story to you because it's not only a heart attack or strokes or car accidents. It's every single thing people need. They could call United Hatzalah. We have the people that will go there and help them in every moment. And that's why I'm here tonight with all of you. And we had Cheryl give an incredible speech about United Hatzalah. So I'm not even going to continue explaining what this organization is. But the power of giving is so far. When you sit here in Miami and decide to support United Hatzalah, it goes to Ibrahim, and it goes to Chaim and Moshe and Zalman and every single volunteer in Israel who need equipment and defibrillator and medical supplies. So tonight, we're going to do some fundraising for United Hatzalah. I hope you don't want to kill me for doing that. Well, I survived one time in Miami. I could do it again.